So it's the 6th of July 2020, and we're going to have a look at today's trade of the day. We look at a couple of trades, actually. The most recent S4 trades that have come up on our 4-hour chart. Now, just by running the scan over the last couple of days, you can see the opportunities here. So looking first of all at the pound against the Australian dollar, giving us a sell on the 3rd of July. So that's Friday of last week. Here we are with Monday afternoon now. So, and remember, trading the 4-hour chart, it's going to take probably a day, 2 days, maybe sometimes 3 days for that trade to come through to its conclusion. And you can see where we're at now. So we had that short at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. What's the context of this? Why we're looking to go short here? Well, a number of reasons. For the foundation strategy, that is S4, you can see the arrow pointing down. So that's an opportunity there in itself on the close of this candlestick. But if you consider additional levels of context, we can go through those now. So number one, you can see the downward chart pattern that we're seeing. Lower highs, lower lows, very, very straightforward. So it's in a downward trajectory, which means we should have a bias towards shorting pound against the Australian dollar. The other thing as well is to do with the longer term trends too. You look on the left hand side of the chart, you see the daily arrow down, the weekly arrow down. These are the longer term trends suggesting a downward direction there as well. So there's a lot of factors suggesting lower prices looking to come through here. So there was a sell on the close of this candlestick here. That was at a price of 179.67. Now, some of our more experienced traders and students, they'll be getting in on the open of this candlestick on the flick of that red indicator there. That's getting in about 20 pips earlier, which really can make the difference between a big winner or achieving a win or not, actually, sometimes. So that's something where we try and get traders to be able to identify the opportunities sometimes a little bit earlier, just by knowing what to look out for. But here we are, 179.67, worst case entry, down to currently 179.13. Now, is that a good enough sort of level? It's around 53 points. Is that enough? Well, that's more than the ATR. The average true range at 51 points there at the time of that entry of the trade, and that's plenty. An ATR, an average true range, a typical candlestick size is a good opportunity, a good target. Now, it may well be that this market will grind on to new lows, and certainly it is showing that sort of pattern. But when you're talking from a new trader's perspective, is what we like to do in these Trade of the Day videos. We start new traders off looking for bite-sized targets, something that's achievable, looking for a high success rate. Something like an ATR tends to work really, really well. Get in, get out, a bit like a drop goal, quick single in cricket terms, or in baseball terms as well. Let's move on then, 'cause that was a nice winner. Euro against the pound, similarly giving us a nice buy trade too, in line with the weekly direction. Look at the turn up from the red line to green. This is tracking price. So we're in an upward movement here. We see the green arrow in place. We see the green arrow on the weekly as well. So we've got a number of factors rotating prices higher, and there was the buy, and that was at 6 o'clock this morning. So we had a bit of time to get onto it after 6. You could have got up, sharpened your pencil, brushed your teeth, all that sort of stuff, and been ready to go for an entry 90.35. And you had, and literally 4 hours later, by 10 a.m., it was still only a couple of ticks higher than that. So there's plenty of time to get into this opportunity. And here we are, about 30 or so pips higher at this stage. Now, Euro sterling is not going to move as much as pound against the Australian dollar. Here we've got an ATR of 18 pips, and that's fine. It may not sound like a lot, but it depends on the size of your stop loss, doesn't it? The aggressive stop here at 90.13 compared to there, that's around 20 points anyway. So it's a pretty quick one-to-one trade there, hitting that target before the end of the day. And that was a great winning trade there. So that's today's trade, or trades of the day. Nice winner of around 50 points there on pound against the Australian dollar, and also around 20 points on the euro against the pound as well. So good moves from our foundation strategy, the S4 strategy.
If you would like more information about trading the right way, Trend Signal is giving you the opportunity to see and hear about its services live at a free online seminar. Take a look at the Trend Signal website for the latest events and to book your free place.